I'm Melania, and for a week I tried to sew my own clothes. I don't know why I did it either. And it didn't really go well. For this challenge, I said that I'd sew my own clothes for a week and I'd wear everything that I wore to my classes and to work and to going out with friends. And it didn't really go too well. Now, at the start of the challenge, I was really trying to set myself some high expectations. I was pretty sure that no matter what I'd make, I'd wear it, I'd go out, I'd have a great time, it was going to be the easiest thing in the world. And I honestly cannot tell you the amount of times I nearly cried just because I couldn't thread a bobbin thread. I don't even know what they're called. I still don't understand. And I've read the Singer sewing manual about 10,000 times now. As someone who would definitely define themselves as a beginner sewer, I would say that I would recommend doing this challenge, even though you are going to get so angry, you're going to get so frustrated, and you will probably curse in ways that you never even knew was possible before. But if you were to do this challenge, it is probably going to be one of the most fun things you could do just for fun around your own working schedule or around your own school schedule. Even though I found that most evenings as I was trying to sew my own clothes, it would be me around a needle and thread or threading things into a sewing machine going, why the hell have I decided to do this? It was really exciting and there was a lot of things that really shocked me. I think I didn't realise how much I maybe lack a little bit of patience. And that's something that I definitely need to work on. But also, I was really shocked by the amount of conversations that I'd start having with strangers. So the amount of people I'd pick up a conversation with and say, oh, I'm really trying to learn this, or I don't know how to do this type of method, or oh, I'm going to go buy fabric from this random warehouse, which I did try to do until we went to this big old warehouse where a clearance fabric shop was supposed to be, and there was no fabrics there. It was an empty place, and I ended up just going to the middle of a warehouse construction site, where a lot of people watched me and my friend walk in a circle for hours. That was really fun. It also meant that I actually got to have lots of really beautiful conversations with lots of different people. People who had started crafting or sewing or crocheting or card making just for fun, just because they didn't really want to just sit around doom scrolling on their phones, watching TV, and that's all they did after work. I've had some really beautiful conversations where people have said, you know what, even though I'm not good at this, I'm going to give it a go, and I really enjoyed it. And I think that's maybe one of the most beautiful takeaways I could have from this challenge. The amount of people who are doing things purely for the joy of creativity and wanting to make something either for themselves, to give away as a gift, or just to learn a new skill, which is another thing that I didn't think I'd really expand on or really explore that much. People say when you start sewing, you obviously gain a lot of skills. You know, number one, how to use a sewing machine, but number two, having patience, having the time to do something, learning more about yourself. What are your likes? What are your dislikes? Why do you wear some clothes but not others? What makes you feel comfortable? What makes you feel confident? What makes you feel like if you put on this blazer, you're going to walk into class or you're going to walk into a work meeting and you're going to take charge, and that's the outfit that really stands out for you, versus maybe what is a jumper that you put on that is really old and has holes in it and is stained, but you've worn it for years and it has all of these really beautiful memories. And creating pieces of fashion for a week and then wearing them, even if I loved them or I hated them, was this really beautiful experience to go, actually, I made this and I'm really proud of this, even if the hemline isn't the best, or I got the stitching wrong, or I should have used a different cotton thread. It was this beautiful opportunity to go, I'm really, you know what? I love clothes. I love fashion. Don't understand it, but I love fashion. And I've made something and I've done something. The amount of times you could say that you've watched a TikTok and gone, I can do this, and then it sits in your likes folder and you never see it again. Go out and do it. That's my big takeaway from this challenge. Go out and do whatever it is that you've always gone, you know what, I could give that a try, because even if it's really, really rubbish, you're going to be so happy that you tried it in the first place. One of the big things that I was surprised, well, maybe not surprised, but wasn't too happy with, was actually the cost of doing this challenge. Now, if you were someone who was going to go, you know what, I really want to do my bit for the planet, I want to be more sustainable, I want to be a bit more eco-conscious with how I dress and how I style myself, don't just make your own clothes. It is so much more expensive than you might think. I think in this challenge I've probably spent about £50, which isn't too bad for a week of outfits, and then being able to rewear them or style them in different ways, which I did attempt to do. But £50 just for materials, items, equipment. I now have so many pairs of scissors that a piece of material is scared to see me coming. But it's still expensive, especially if you're trying to start something new for the first time. If you start any hobby and you need all of this equipment that you don't have, it's very easy to be put off. Being able to chat with people and also borrow things, being able to borrow a sewing machine from my local library for £3 a week. If you can go out and support your local library by borrowing a book, borrowing a DVD, seeing if they have any equipment that you can borrow, do it. Why not? Libraries are these beautiful places that we should really be celebrating. Going, actually, it's really cool that I can do this. And if it's maybe I've got £3, that used to be a meal deal. That used to be a meal deal. You can spend £3 on a sewing machine for the week and try it out if you like it. You can save £1 and borrow a local piece of gardening equipment, or I don't know what gardening equipment is, but you can go out and you can borrow these beautiful things at your local library, try out a new skill or a new hobby. If you like it, beautiful. If you don't, well, you know what? You've done something different this weekend and you've not just sat on your phone and done nothing. It's this beautiful opportunity to try something new that we should all be celebrating in what we're doing. I also got to chat with some pretty amazing people during this challenge. I got to meet Soph, who from Sage Against the Machine, who was an amazing stylist, who gave me, I think, some of the best advice I've ever had for charity shopping, and has made me feel a little bit more secure in not just knowing that charity shopping is cool, but also telling me why it's so important and how we can make the most of our charity shops, especially if we use services like Vinted as well to buy secondhand, which is a relief to know coming from someone who has a little bit too many clothes that she's bought secondhand falling out of her wardrobe, which you actually don't see because they're all over there. But it also gave me the opportunity to chat with my nan and sit down and have this beautiful conversation about, well, why do you like craft? Why do you like sewing? Why did you start sewing? And having those opportunities, if you're lucky enough to have someone in your life who you can have a chat with about that, go out, have a cup of tea, get a biscuit, and just chat about your passions, chat about what you love. Why did you start something? What do you like about it? What is your biggest pet peeve when it comes to starting a new project? Can we do a new project together? Maybe you're going to go out and buy some new records with your uncle, or maybe you're going to start gardening with your granddad, or maybe you're going to start crocheting with all of your nans. No matter what it is that you decide to do, just go out and do it. Go out, have these conversations, try new things with people, because you never know who you'll meet or what you'll learn along the way. This is a public service announcement to my mom. Just in case you were wondering, yes, I have bought even more clothes, but they're all from charity shops, which I think we can now all agree is the sexiest place to buy your clothes.